The matter between the Pretoria High School for Girls SGB and the Gauteng Education Department has been put on ice for now after it was scrapped from the role temporarily in the Pretoria High Court this morning. This after the Girls High SGB legal representatives asked Judge Mandlenkosi Motha in the matter to recuse himself following his utterance that are linked to some of the political aspects of the case. The Girls High School SGB Council raised concern that Judge Motha might not handle the matter fairly. SABC News reporter Patricia Visagie has more for us.
Well, the Girls High matter that was supposed to be heard today on the basis of urgency has been temporarily scrapped from the court roll after some of the legal teams raised some discrepancies. They want the judge in the matter to recuse himself. Just want to hear from one of the parties that attended the brief court hearing, and that is the South Afrikaanse Onderwys Unie. I'm now joined by Dems Nel. He's the head of legal at the union. In short, you are also part of this legal battle. On the basis of what are you joining this particular matter?
We've got various members that teach at the school. The principal, the deputy principal and the acting principal is members of us. We didn't bring the application today. We merely attended in support of the educators that's involved in this matter. The application was to get hold of the report. The report hasn't been provided yet. The judge made some interesting and relevant comments. He commented that the report should be given. Logic dictates that the report should be provided. We agree with him fully. He further told the court that a PI application could be brought for the report. We agree with him in that regard as well. The SAOU proactively brought a PI application weeks ago already. We are watching the timelines and we will take the necessary legal action to obtain the report if need be.
The request that the judge should recuse himself, obviously after it seems like he got into the political debate that is linked to this particular matter. As a union, how do you feel about that? Do you agree that he should recuse himself?
We weren't part of the discussions. We can't comment in that regard. We agree with a few of the comments that the judge made, like, as I said, like a PI application can be brought and that the document should be provided.
All right, thank you so much. Of course, the Education Department here in Gauteng spokesperson Steve Mabona was also in court. Steve, you heard some of the comments that were made. Of course, now the matter has been put on hold. We don't know when will it come back. It will definitely come back. That is made clear. But they want a different judge. How do you react to this?
No, this supports our argument. You know, we were going to say, where is the agency? I mean, this matter was ventilated when? And the argument, they say they brought the matter to court because they want a report. They can use PIA to apply for a report. Why bring us to court? And the agency, why it must then be urgent? They want to review the report, but they want to review the report that they came to court to seek us to provide them with. So it doesn't make sense. Now they want the judge to recuse himself. So where is the agency? And you could hear that they even wanted, they insinuated that we had to pay the costs. So when we were listening to the arguments there, but we understand that the costs were reserved by the court. But we still feel that it's unnecessary that the SGB had to take us to court. Really.
They've raised concerns of possible bias by the judge. One of the lawyers saying that he tapped into the political space when he talked about some references by the former President Thabo Mbeki and so forth. Do you get that this was a valid argument? How do you feel about, as the department, how do you react to this particular point? Because it is on that basis that they want the judge to recuse himself.
But it's an irony that when the former president made comments that they were happy with, and then they didn't say anything wrong. They kept on bringing the former president into their argument. Now, if the judge mentions some of those things, why must it be a problem? because they were happy about what the former president said. So why would they have a problem now if the judge mentioned some of the things that the state president would have mentioned? So it's I don't know how to put it really. It's they are very much unfair. Cowardice. It's cowardice. Indeed.
Well, thank you so much. Of course, the Girls High matter remains a thorny one that teeters on racism every time, even when we get into the courts, where we now see some of the legal teams raising concerns that the judge in the matter might be biased. He should not have made political commentary or touched on the political sensitivities that are linked to this particular matter before actually hearing the arguments that go into trying to obviously convince the court why this matter has to be heard on the basis of urgency, why the legal team see it as urgent. Of course, the judge is saying that, but they need to go beyond, your reasonable arguments to convince the court that there is indeed some compelling arguments or a foundation to argue urgency, and the judge saying that they can use the PIA Act, for instance, and there is time, there is no reason for them to hush this particular matter. So we wait to see when will it come back, before which judge will it be heard. But of course, from the department here, they are concerned by how this matter is being handled and the fact that they were looking for an urgent basis. The department saying that there is no urgency relating to this particular matter.